calming palette.
It's very calming, very calming.
I
Yes.
I love
Yes,
it.
it's very calming, and I'm going through a collections. Spring is coming, so I've just
Yes.
been. For me, I start going as the snow goes away. Even though it's freezing cold here, I just can't wait for spring. Plus, it's our New Year, right? Iranian New Year,
Yeah.
Persian New Year. So the first day of spring is the equinox. So we're gonna do Yalda. So I have to get ready for that too. So you got to clean up everything, and you got to freshen up everything. You got to put new stuff on. So I put a new cover on, and then we got to plant our spring flowers because we have to do a table, and that's it. So I'm
That's
so
so
excited. So
fun.
this is calm, and congratulations to you.
Thank you, you guys. Yeah, I got to spend the last 3 nights with my brand new baby grandson.
So
I
excited.
I mean, we call him Beckett, we call him Beck, we call him Baby B, and they were not even going to let us come and see him, you guys, because it was germs and all that stuff. And Manuel and I were laughing. Like the first one, you're always like that. Second one, you're like, meh, play in the
And by
dirt.
the time the third one, they raise themselves.
Exactly.
Just brush it off.
That's why my little brother, who was the third one, is still full on crazy. I mean, it's just nutty. So anyway, you guys, Isomers is here, of course. We missed each other last week. I mean, we hardly saw each other at all. I mean, this is good. Oh no.
Yes, it was a busy week. We were traveling. We had lots to do. So, but now we're back, and here we are, and we're here to talk about great stuff and
Yes. Simple
other
science.
stuff. We're here
Yeah.
to talk about stuff. And
I'm gonna
welcome
go.
everybody for tuning in.
I'm gonna go put Cooper away, and while I put
Okay.
Cooper away, will you talk about the collection that we're gonna go for? And that is Simple Science,
Yeah.
pure, unfiltered. Take it
Yeah.
away.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so while Kathy does that, we're going to talk about Simple Science. Now, Simple Science was designed to be very simple and dedicated to the science of the skincare. So we isolate specific ingredients, and these ingredients, we explain to you what they do, and we give you the features and the benefits of it so that you can actually target what's going on with your skin. And this is really important because it's really important to know you're using the right formula, the right ingredient. Not all skincare is the same. It's made up of different stuff. Like food, when you go grocery shopping, you don't go and just grab stuff without looking at what you're buying. You go through the fruits, the vegetables, you pick what you want. In skincare, you want to be able to pick the right thing for your skin. So first of all, we're going to talk about we're going to talk about ceramide berry relief, right?
Yep.
Now, this is important because ceramides are the the mortar, if you will. If your skin is like a brick wall, you've got bricks and you've got the mortar, the cement that's holding it together. The ceramide is holding your cells together. This is important. Why? Because you want to basically be waterproof. You want to be able to hold water in your skin. And the ceramides are very important. So it's a very good fat. It reduces water loss. It also creates cellular organization, so your cells don't stick together and fall all over each other. The ceramide creates little frames, so everything lays perfectly. This is also really important. So we call it cellular organization to keep it nice and juicy, but it also works on keeping it waterproof or keeping the moisture in, preventing your skin from drying out.
Whenever we talk about this, I always think of a pool floaty. Because of course, it's spring, pretty soon I'm going to get my pool floaties out. But when you blow those pool floaties out and there's this slow leak, and all of a sudden you're looking at it and it's, my unicorn is floating in the pool, my pool floaty, and she looks very deflated, really sad. But
Yeah.
if I go ahead and get her blown back up and put a patch over it to hold in all the air and all the good stuff that keeps her looking bouncy and floaty, that is to me like a ceramide. That's sort of like that whole situation. And I love those analogies. Before we get too far down the road, you guys, I have to remind everybody that we have, if you have comment and say hello, and I know we've got a bunch of you guys already here. If you comment, we'll put you in for a $25 Shop HQ credit, and you can shop to your heart's content. I was doing a little bit of homework on our ceramides last night, and I was on the Isomers website, and we had one of our Simple Science items that we don't have currently at Shop HQ. And I went, oh, add to cart, click, and it's going to be here tomorrow or like in 2 days. Yeah, I got John something, and I got him something for his rosacea. Finally, what did I get that? Azelaic acid.
Oh, the azelaic acid.
Azelaic
Yes.
acid.
For rosacea, for red, absolutely. So that's another one of the Simple Science. That's a 14% concentrate. Super important if you do have that redness, that irritation. It's very gentle, but also very corrective. So this is understanding what these are for. So what do we have here? We have the Ceramide Barrier Booster Serum.
Mm-hmm.
This is a high concentration of ceramide, so you're getting a lot of the good fats, but it's not in a cream. So it's like liquid. Why is this important? It's going to penetrate better and deeper into your skin because you want to be able to get the ceramides in deeper. It also has a lot of astaxanthine in it. Astaxanthine is what gives it this pink, rosy, taupey color, okay? It is an antioxidant, 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C. But that's not really the most important part of the, well, that's a good part of the astaxanthin. What's even more important is that astaxanthin can work on fat-soluble and water-soluble parts of the cell. So where vitamin C really is only water-soluble, this is also going to help give you more complete protection. So when you have the sensitivity and the redness and irritation, when you have the dehydration in your skin, you want the ceramides to rebuild. People just put oil, and that's not what your skin wants. Your skin wants the ceramides for the organization. The other is a ceramide barrier cream. So it comes in two formats.
Right.
If you're super dry, super sensitive, even oily skin, you have a lot of sebum. You don't necessarily have a lot of ceramide. Ceramide is the kicker, and the blend of ceramide is very important. These molecules are so skin friendly. This will help soothe that dry skin. It helps plump the skin. It helps reduce transepidermal water loss. It really helps normalize. When you have a lot of stress,
Yeah.
irritation, this is going to help normalize and rebuild.
So
Super
we've got a
important.
few more people that joined us late, so I'm going to sort of reset for you guys. I mean, the most the most underrated thing right now in skincare is your skin's barrier. But the crazy thing
Mhm.
is, people are like, "Oh, that's not sexy. Let's talk about wrinkles. Let's talk about this." But it is, because if your skin is happy, if your barrier is happy, that's when you see that glow. And people are talking about the glow up and all of those things. It's barrier, 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 right? So we're going to talk more about that. Manuel's brought us two items. The first one that we'll talk about, I think we do dive deeper into the serum first. The
Mhm.
serum that she was showing you first, that's our Ceramide Barrier Booster Serum. It strengthens, it calms. Usually it does these things for $40. Today we brought it down to $29.99. That's a 25% savings. So again, if you guys are just joining us, we're starting to talk about ceramides, what it is, who it's for. And this is not just for, I mean, right off the bat, I was thinking, okay, is it going to be for 40 plus? No, I mean, it's like for 13 years old and up. I mean, which is amazing. So simple science, that's where we're starting, you guys. So I know there's a lot more of you just joined sort of mid conversation. So we're going to rewind simple science and ceramides. Take it away.
Simplify. So ceramides are important for refattening your skin. They're a good fat. They are essential. If you have flaking skin, if your skin is flaking, dry, itchy, irritated, fine lines and wrinkles, the type of fat for the skin that holds the cells together makes your skin smoother, softer, more resilient, stronger, are ceramides. So this is the Ceramide Booster Barrier Serum. It is a booster serum. Not only does it contain 3 different forms of ceramides, and the 3 forms of ceramide is imitating what our bodies naturally make, what our skin naturally has. Our skin doesn't just have one type of ceramide. So when you do skin identical, you have to go with the 3, right? Really important. So the different sizes and different properties, they hold different things. This is what gives your skin the cushion. It's going to give it that protection. It's going to help reduce dehydration. So your skin is going to look better. Now, if you're thinking, yeah, I know, but I'm only worried about aging. Well, here you go. If you don't have the right ceramides and your skin barrier is not protected, you can't get to the aging part or the anti-aging part. The whole fact of getting the barrier done, right, and getting the barrier reinforced then allows you to go do the other work. So you may have certain priorities for your skin and for your beauty or for your health, right? But your body has its own hierarchy, and it's going to do what it needs to do first, and it prioritizes water retention higher than anti-wrinkle. It's going to go in and say, okay, barrier function, it's going to go in with ceramides, it's going to go in with durability, because it wants to have that stronger barrier so then it can get, so it's literally when this barrier is strong, then it can work on all the other things, including sensitivity. So that's really important. I like the serum because it's fast acting, turbocharged. This is really great for people who've done a lot of exfoliation, a lot of peeling, your skin is very dry, maybe you get a little too enthusiastic, you're going to go with this treatment, that treatment. People tend to bounce around between exfoliants and power of retinoids and different kind of scrubs. And then they say, oh, my skin is so dry, it's so sore, it's hurt. Well, you're going to want to go in quickly with a serum, right? So this is what's really great with the serum. And I'm glad you're at that introductory price is really great.
Oh, $29.99. So let me ask this question. What is the sign that your skin's barrier is compromised? How does someone know?
Rough, flaky, chapped. Those are all the signs. Dehydrated. Even when you have oily skin, if you see a very thin veil of dehydration on top, that's all barrier function. That's your barrier compromise. But if your skin is very raw, barrier. If your skin is very rough and bumpy, barrier. It's all the barrier because it's not holding. Your skin becomes like a colander.
That makes sense.
You need to plug up those holes. Yeah.
I love that. Or like my unicorn pool floaty.
Like a unicorn. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a hole in it.
So leaky.
So yes, it gets leaky. We're going to talk about the moisturizer in a moment, but it is almost spring, right? And I get a little crazy. I mean, Manuela in Canada, me in Minnesota, we get spring fever in the biggest way possible, you guys. So we're counting down, but your skin also has sort of like a skin season, right? So if spring is coming, what should people change in their routine from, the dead of winter when it was like 32 below 0 Fahrenheit to where we're getting out, now it's going to be sunshiny, there's allergies, and some people even break out when it's a change of season. So what do they do for their routines?
First is you want to start changing your moisturizer. You want to lighten up your moisturizer. It doesn't have to be as heavy. In the wintertime, you need more occlusive. In the spring, summer, you need less occlusive. Then you want to increase your antioxidants, your glutathione, your vitamin C, because now usually you're going to spend more time outside or in the elements and outdoors. So you're going to open yourself up to more free radicals. I think also it's a really great time to get into an intensive renewal for your skin. I would go in and do something like the spicules, a microdermabrasion, microneedling, refresh your skin and really help with that, and then work on the barrier. So you really want to do a spring cleaning of your skin. You winterize for the winter. Now you got to do the spring cleaning. So the glutathione is going to help with the exfoliation. You're going to have the redensify it's going to help with your skin texture and tone. And then of course, this is going to be a lighter weight moisturizer. This will moisturize. It will normalize. It's not going to be heavy and greasy. It's not going to clog up your pores. It's going to allow your skin to breathe and be protected, especially the cream.
Okay, so let's talk about that cream, because we brought the Isomers Simple Science. And again, you guys, simple science, simple ingredients, pure, unfiltered, small batch. I mean, all the great things. I got a thought. I don't want to forget this thought about that. But our ceramide barrier relief protective cream, 30 ml size. It's usually $36. Now it's $24.99. When you're looking at that price point, that's a 31% savings. And again, I was shopping Isomers website last night. That's not what they're doing there. That's what we're doing here at Shop HQ. So we like that. So again, our simple science story. With the barrier, we're talking about ceramides, talking about that barrier, hydrates, nourishing. But let's talk about how the serum is different than the protective cream, and do you need both?
Ideally, you could go with both if you've got very dry skin. If you're going to prioritize your skin barrier, this is going to be excellent because you're going to get the boost from the serum, then you put the cream on top, and then you get a little bit of that adhesion that's going to help with the penetration. Both of them are going to help increase the amount of ceramide. If you want your skin to be thicker, if you want it to be juicier, if you want it to have more resilience and bounce, if you want to have less oil on your skin and more hydration on your skin, you're going to want to use both of them. With the cream, this is going to be your spring, summer moisturizer. It's the perfect moisturizer. perfect for after your serums, perfect for under your makeup. It's not going to clog your pores, but it's going to normalize your skin, which means you won't have dry patches, you won't have oily patches, you're not going to see those lines and wrinkles. Because also, what the ceramides, most moisturizers, fats, are one size molecule and they sit on top. Ceramides are very much like hyaluronate. They're going to have multimolecular size. They're also going to land in different levels, right? So, like the basement, the first floor, the second floor, the third floor of your skin. Why is this important? Because it's going to help prop up. So, if you have areas where you have wrinkles, so think of a wrinkle as like a collapsed roof or a collapsed floor. It's like kind of what the rooms have all caved in. The ceramide will go in and make sure that the framing is there again.
Yeah.
This is why ceramides, one of their main thing is cellular organization, why they're so important to keep the cells not stuck together, but organized in a way so you now have better looking skin. This is what we really want. So yes, there's collagen, yes, there's elastin. Those also play a part, but it also needs the barrier, which the ceramide can give you.
You guys, we've got people joining in. Janice is so thrilled that you're back on Shop HQ. She's ordering the ceramide serum and looks forward to more products. And you guys, there's new products added all the time. When I was on Shop HQ last night, go right to shophq.com. You can see all the new products that are coming in right now. We've got a stack the savings that's happening right now. So make sure you check that out on the homepage. But if you are commenting, we'll put you in the running for a $25 Shop HQ credit, which is amazing because at $25, if you are the winner, the booster serum that we talked about first, that's usually $40 and it's $29.99. You can practically get that one for free. And what we're talking about right now, the protective cream is $24.99
Oh
right
my
now.
goodness.
Yeah, so that's your 1-2 punch. I think it's great. We're hydrating, we're nourishing. So I sort of brushed over this one, but I mean, there are so many people that when they go from, like I'm going again down to Mexico on Saturday. Can't wait.
Wow.
Our next shows are going to be from Cabo. But a lot of people when they go down to a different climate or they change seasons, they actually have a breakout. It's almost like they're having like a toxin dump or something. Why do people break out with change of seasons, and how do they combat that?
I think it's just a reaction of happening to your skin. A lot of times we don't realize a lot of things build up inside of our skin and they kind of get blocked there. The winter time is especially that way where we seem to layer and not really go and air out, like change the filter. There's part your skin is like a filter and it's accumulating things and it goes through different layers and they may not be shedding evenly, consistently, regularly,
Mhm.
and so you're going to have blockages, right? In the springtime, we get a little bit more in the renewal and we open things up. So a lot of times you're you're not prepared if you're going to changing season or changing climate very quickly. You could be, the other day we were out in t-shirts. Today you'd be crazy to be out in a t-shirt. You're going to freeze, right? So you need to be prepared. And sometimes you just don't have the right clothes, sometimes you don't have the right skincare. It's not
Mhm.
seasonal. You're not prepared for the season and for the change. So a lot of times if you're using, especially using your winter product in the summer, you're going to have a lot of skin problems. Like you're going to
Yeah.
have a lot of clogging and weighing down, dullness. You're kind of like suffocating everything. It's just like too mushy. And if you're using your summer stuff in the winter, you're just going to have a tear down. It's just going to age very, very quickly, right? So there has to be a balance. The good thing with ceramides, it is all season. It is super correct in its weight, in its form, in its function. Why? Because ceramides are naturally occurring in the skin. Ceramides are the thing. It's not argan oil or vitamin. Those are not the things holding your cells together. Ceramides are holding your connective tissue together. So
It's
we're getting it.
science.
It's science. And that's why
Science.
it's simply the science of holding it together.
Yes.
This is not meant to be fancy. This is meant to be corrective, foundational, right? A lot of times we have problems with our skincare because we think, this magical ingredient is going to help us when you really don't have a deficiency of that ingredient. You have a deficiency of ceramide. right? This is what you want to put into your skin. And this is super important because it's the right fat. Even for somebody like me, I have very sensitive skin and very oily skin, being Italian. Um, my son the other day goes, "Yeah, we're just greasy people." Like I just like I said, "You mean oily?"
I'm going to
But
say that to my
yeah,
stepdad, who's
it's
Italian.
just it was very funny how it came across. But it's like even then, oil is different than ceramide, right? This is something that is structural, it's integral, it's important for the skin. Having the ability, again, the serum is going to be it's going to be your booster. It's going to go in faster and deeper, and the
There's your
cream
puppy.
is going to be on top. I got my dog Lupo chatting away outside.
Now, it's a good thing that we didn't have Cooper here because Cooper would be listening to your dog and then we just,
They'll be talking to each other.
yeah. We're going to step for a moment into the pop culture break.
Yes.
Do you want to go talk to him? Do you want to bring him in? Do you want to go bring him?
Gabby, just here he is. He's in. Loopy doo.
Oh,
Hi, buddy.
oh.
I came, I barked, I conquered.
Yes,
Lupo and
exactly.
Tuxedo.
Yeah.
Come on, up, up, up. Here's
Oh,
Tuxedo.
we get them all. Oh my gosh. You know what?
These are my boys.
I'm just going
This
to say,
is,
you guys, dog owners are better people.
yeah, this is Tuxedo and
Oh,
this is Lupo.
you guys. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Somebody threw him away
Oh,
and I got him. I found him. Yeah.
Cooper was a throwaway too. Yep, I
You
know.
know? Lucky me that I got him.
I know. Lucky us. I've had Cooper. Someone threw him away, and I've had him for 16 years now.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. John shakes his head all the time. And goes, I've just been waiting for that dog to go, but he's going to live forever. I know. I'm like,
Why?
thanks.
He's got it good. He's gonna hang around.
I know. Well, I mean, if I want to put a toe in the water of pop culture, and I'm going to kind of start easing in, you guys, and I think this is really good. So if you guys want to comment, we've got Manuela here right now. So here's just sort of the toe in the waters. What trend right now in beauty or skin drives cosmetic chemists crazy? Like they're like, oh, if I see one more thing about it. What trend is drive? I mean, every time you see it, you just cringe and want to be able to like comment right back. What is it?
Oh, the pore strips? Really?
Remember those things in
That
high
is
school?
like the pore strips where you're pulling this. This is like that is like hokey pokey nothing, you know, and people are saying, oh, you just put this on and you peel it off and look at that.
Yeah.
That drives us all crazy because it's not true. It's wrong. It's just like a super duper waste of time. Korean skincare is another trend that is like too much, like in the sense of the 10 and 12 step process.
Too
Some of
much.
the formulas are so good, but you have to remember, Korean skincare is a money driver, right? And Korean skincare is so inexpensive. Literally every one of those steps is $5 or $10. So people just buy these masks, buy the stuff, da da da. And what happens is you get fatigue. Your skin gets fatigued. It drives us crazy because then we have to deal with the fungal acne and the broken barrier and the compromised skin, and the skin forgets what to do, what it does. So that again is not, you know,
So you guys, when you hear the words K beauty or that's what Korean skincare is all about too. And Manuel, you're 100% right. I see it stuff all the time, all over TikTok, and it's the the amount of things that they want you to do is whoa,
yeah.
crazy. And there's literally nothing to back it up. It's just some influencer that's talking about it. So those are two really good ones. Harry's asking, what about slugging? Does that make you crazy?
Slugging doesn't make me crazy. Slugging can be done properly. Slugging is something that, okay, so a lot of people go and do slugging, which is putting on a lot of Vaseline or a lot of zinc oxide. They just super saturate the skin. I don't mind when it's once in a while Vaseline, which is the petrolatum petroleum jelly that's unscented, right? I don't mind that to normalize your skin when you've been super dry or you've used too much. And usually it happens when people use too much retinoid, right? Or their skin is really dry. The slugging doesn't teach your skin to hold more moisture, but the slugging is like wearing a sauna suit. It's kind of going to make your skin sweat and hold in the moisture. So when you wipe it off, you are going to look plump and juicy, but it's very temporary, right?
Temporary. Yeah.
The other type of slugging, which I like, and I've done it with when with my children. I used to do it a lot, especially when they were babies and they would have chapped skin. Babies how they get is just using zinc oxide diaper rash cream on your
Mhm.
skin. Leave it on overnight. It's all white, but leave it on overnight. That's really great because it remineralizes, and that's going to help with your ceramides, right? It helps healing the ceramides. Really important. But you can't walk around all day with that, right?
No.
So slugging, I don't mind at all
Okay.
that way.
Janet?
I do mind when they're putting a lot of oil on the skin. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like all the toners. They
Mm.
got all, but again, that goes more into that kind of beauty where they're using all these different. It's not a toner. It's a serum moisturizer. This is an essence. This is a mist. It's like all different names for the same thing. You
Yeah.
know?
It does make us crazy. Okay, Janice is asking, she's been reading about retinate versus retinol. What is your professional opinion regarding the efficacy?
Okay, so you have to think about retinol, retinaldehyde. Okay, so here you have it. You have retinoic acid. The goal is retinoic acid. So that's the standard. That is your retin-A. Retinoic acid is retin-A. Okay. So this, when you put this on your skin, it's the strongest, and you need a prescription, and it's a direct link, right? It's the straight line. You're going from here to here. It's a straight line. So you're basically on the street, and you can see your house is right at the end of the street. It's right there, right? Retinal is you got to make one turn or one conversion before you get to your street. Retinol, you need to make two turns before you get to your street. Retinaldehyde, you need to make three turns. It's the lift.
Interesting.
So that's basically when you put on a retinol or retinol, it doesn't become retinoic acid. It needs to go through a conversion. This is why it's gentler. This is why it's easier for people to use, is because it's at a different level. It's going to convert in your skin to something, then it converts again. So it depends on which form you use. So if you have very sensitive skin, retinol is going to be a little stronger than retinol, right? So it's not about the efficacy. Like personally, I like the ones that need a couple of conversions because I'm in it for the long run. I'm in it for the long game. I'm thinking about building that skin quality and that collagen stimulation and rebuild. If you do it too quickly, um, uh, you you give up something, right?
Yeah,
The faster it's working, the more side effect it has.
right.
So I want no side effect, and I want the stronger skin. So I go with the retinol.
Yep. I agree. I remember going to Mexico back in the day, and you'd buy like full strength retin-A, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
come home and you go, what just happened? Your face would be coming off in sheets, it was horrible. And then all you had to do was try to fix what you just wrecked. It was just nutty.
And it would take forever to fix it because it's almost like you damaged it in 2 days, two applications, three applications at most. You damage your skin, and then it's like 3 weeks
Yeah,
of
I
healing
know.
and sensitivity. And if you didn't catch it in time, and then you like were stubborn, or your skin was too sensitive, and then you didn't protect it, then you not only did you have the dryness, irritation, then you had some damage that then you got marks, and people say, yeah, 3 months ago I used that thing, and my skin's still not
Sorry.
clear. So it only takes a minute sometimes to ruin something, right?
Yeah. Well, that's for sure. I mean, all you have to do is leave a cake in, a minute too long. It's done for, right? Okay. So I have one last thing. There's one thing about like skincare myths that someone asked me. Myths that refuse to die about skincare. Um, Preparation H for bags under your eyes. Is that a myth or does that actually work?
Okay, so preparation H contains biodyne. Biodyne is a vasoconstrictor, right? So basically it shrinks. So preparation H, it's for hemorrhoids, right? So you get this vein, it pops and it swells up. And so what preparation H does, the biodyne, it takes that edema, takes the swelling of the hemorrhoid, shrinks it down so you're much more comfortable, right?
Yep.
So now you've got the puffiness on your eye, you put the biodyne there, it shrinks it down, and therefore you don't see it. But that's going to be the same for alum, that's going to be for any vasoconstrictor, right?
Yes.
So you can, but it's really not the correct usage for the
Not very
preparation
important.
age,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my gosh.
Although
Okay.
some people, I don't know, maybe I'm just being funny. But you can use it. So, I mean, in a fix, a lot of models will do that or whatever. They've got to fix something quickly. They want to take the swelling down, but you can do that with ice, like anything that's going to be vasoconstricting.
Yep. Okay, then the last it wasn't even a myth. It's just I just noticed when I was running pushing a cart through Target. I kid you not. There is 125 different types of silicone patches. Eye patches, nose patches, neck patches. I mean, and I'm like, where does it end? And who's inventing these? And why do these ones smell like strawberry? And what are these ones? I mean, these are overnight. These are not for some. I'm like, I literally look at those patches and go, why? And do they work? So let's talk about those.
Okay, so the concept of a patch works. Okay, and I'll tell you why. These patches are created from biocellulose. So we've looked at them, we've studied them for a very long time. The substrate, the creation of the mask. So it doesn't really matter what shape it is or whatever. You just know that it's just like a sheet of a jelly roll, real or fruit leather. It's like a fruit leather. So it's a biocellulose mask. It is made of nothing. It creates an occlusive barrier. So it literally is like taking, just imagine taking Vaseline or something and making it into a sheet, right? A rubbery sheet. When you put it on your skin, it in of itself has little to no benefit, right? In the sense of little to no actives. You can put actives on your skin. What it will do though, when you put it on your skin, it creates occlusive barrier, and therefore your skin, which is evaporated, whatever, it will swell up as it fills up with water on that surface. So when you take the mask off, you look fresh, you look juicy, you look dewy. What manufacturers will do, so that Darish and I, for a long time, we were impregnating these biocellulose masks with key actives. You could put antioxidants, you could put skin brightener. It depended on the treatment that we were doing, wound healing. You could put peptides in it, and
Mhm.
used to put it on incisions, right? So you put the peptides, you put the biocellulose mask. So you're keeping the treatment on the skin at that time, and you're forcing it in to force healing. So they work like that. For a cosmetic application, they smell of strawberries, or you're putting this or that. It's really giving you a sensory experience. So if you're treating yourself, right, and once a week, whatever, you want to love yourself, take a mask, put it on. The good thing about these masks is that they're not that active, so you're not going to end up with a lot of this dryness, redness, irritation. So it's a little bit of a perk,
Yep.
right? But you can take a big mask, cut it up into little things, and do little strips. You can reuse them. These are something that they are very. I think they're very friendly. Yeah, I just think that they go into a lot of marketing that you don't really need, but
Yep.
they aren't a bad. They're not a bad item, but you can, with $5 or $10, get them. You don't have to spend 50, 60, $100 for them. There's no benefit. It's peaked
Yeah.
at a level.
It's so interesting. I mean, I was astounded. I wish I would have actually counted how many different kinds there were. It was like Target
They're
had like
easy.
a whole
There's
aisle.
only one or two manufacturers. They just make these in rolls and rolls and rolls, and they just say to you, "What shape would you like us to cut yours in?" Right?
Yeah.
And then before they shrink wrap them or put them into the packaging, you can throw extra goodies in it if you want. And then they close it up and send it to you. So it's more of a little treat, right?
Yeah.
It's better.
Little treat.
It's less calories than ice cream.
Yeah. I like it. Um, Well, I know it's spring, and the spring always makes me like want to look in my closet and redo my wardrobe, right? And so it's Paris Fashion Week, and I get so excited. So I had to wear yellow today. I wanted to be like springy. So Paris Fashion Week is going on right now, and there's a couple trends that I want to break down. Manuela, you guys, if you don't know, Manuela loves fashion. She loves fashion. Uh, so I want all of your leftover shoes that you can't wear any longer.
Ooh, I can't wear so many of my shoes,
I
but
know.
I'll keep my bags.
Yep. And yeah, keep your bags. I get that. Oh my gosh, there's a whole bag like memes that were on, yeah, TikTok. You guys have to go look at those. But there's a couple trends, and I want you guys to weigh in because I'm really interested.
Me too.
Number one, peplums are back. Peplums, like the little like the little waist little thing. Peplums are back huge in dresses and tops and everything. I can't remember when they were super, super big because, but I remember having them. So they're back. What do you guys think about them? And Manuel, I want you to weigh in.
You want me to get my Fendi Peplum? It's like 20 years old.
Yeah,
I
that's what
love
I'm saying.
Peplum. Do I?
Can
Do we
you?
have? You know the one that goes out like this? Is it here? Yeah, no, the dress. It's a dress. Oh yeah, I love peplum. I think there is nothing wrong with having a woman's body and having the curves and the sexiness. I think it's so empowering. I think it makes you want to stand taller. I think it's just so beautiful because I think, there's this whole thing about proportion and movement and all that. I love it. I love that. And I'm not even a girly girl. I just love this kind of structure.
Well, it's so interesting because I've got the shape of a 12-year-old boy. Every curve that I've got, I've had to either buy it or whittle it or something, right? So, but the interesting thing is the peplum actually gave me like a shape, right?
Yeah.
So because my waist always just went straight up and down and didn't go in, it made my hips look like they went out. So I love a peplum too. I looked in my closet. I have not one peplum thing. So I am going to buy something this spring with that trend because I love it. I just think it is so it's flirty, it's feminine. You can do it in a pinstripe and be taken very seriously. Structured blouse with a pinstripe suit with a little peplum, waistcoat would be adorable. I just
Yeah.
think there's so many different ways to be able to work that, and it doesn't it could be sexy, in a black dress, right, with the right jewelry. It can be very corporate, but it lends itself to being less part of the boys club and more part of the girls power club.
I think it's very strong. I like the form. I like the fact that it is such a nice silhouette. It's very clean too, and I think that yeah, you get it. You could do it in a suit. I have it. I have one in a suit where it peplums out and it's like pink. But I also have black dress, which is just simple and it's just the peplum sticking out. And I think that it just is enough, because a lot of times less is more. I think the peplum is the less is more thing.
I agree 100%. Okay, the second trend, and this is sort of a trend that kind of comes and goes, and I think that really anything goes with this one, but now big oversized jackets are back. So not just in like a pantsuit, blazer and pantsuit, but actually oversized jacket. Oh, do you got the peplum dress? Oh yeah, see, that's a peplum, you guys. You love that? I love that. I mean,
This is 20 years old easily.
oh yeah,
Right? Look at that. But you see the peplum? And then you just
classic
put it
service.
so simple.
I love it.
And
Yeah,
it,
see
it
that?
just takes that straight A-line dress. And again, this is like, and this designers have been doing this a long time. It's just, I'm one of those, I really believe in investing, right? In the sense of I I buy my clothes and I keep them forever.
Yep. I'm a classics girl too. I remember buying my very first DVF Diane von Furstenberg. I did her classic dress
Yeah.
and paid way too much because I wanted black cashmere. I have worn that
Ooh.
dress 45 times, from funerals to weddings. I mean, it's always appropriate, right? And so, yeah, there's those pieces that you have. Yeah, it's just 100% true. So I think a peplum, I'm going to look for that and do it in a classic look.
Yeah.
But what do you think about the big oversized blazers? Like the
I
big
like
piece.
I like it's funny because I think I have an Armani one and I didn't I love it because it is oversized and it also has a little bit of shoulder pad. And
Oh yeah.
again, I think that is so great because it's balanced, right? A lot of us don't have nice shoulders or as we get older they kind of round out and everything. And now this is going to create like you don't want sloppy, but
Right.
you want a little bit bigger structure so that you even out, right? So it goes a little bit bigger than your hips or whatever, and now you start looking again. I think it's very feminine and empowering, and I think it's very smart. I like it. I do like it.
I do too. It's almost like the boyfriend style jacket and overshirt. You just look, it's a little bit big. You roll up the sleeves, and I
Yeah,
like that too. It's almost like an Annie Hall style jacket,
yeah.
just a little bit bigger. Yeah,
But I would go classic color and something like that, not too crazy. I think that's the whole thing. You have to be like a navy, a black, a
yeah.
taupe.
I would love like a really beautiful, like sort of warm tan. It's sort of like a
Yeah.
whispers rich, that kind of thing. Okay, so speaking of like colors. one of the big trends in Paris this week has been on bold colors, specifically focusing on the color purple. I'm talking like Vikings, Minnesota Vikings purple.
Oh, wow.
I looked in my closet and have I had one what I call my newscaster dress back in the day, 20 years ago for all of our jewelry shows. I had a purple dress, but then I look, I'm like, I literally have nothing in my closet that is Vikings purple except a Vikings jersey. What about you?
Vikings purple.
I mean, it's
No,
purple.
not really. I have a sort of purple pattern something. And then I don't think, yeah, no, I have more of a burgundy than a purple. I don't really have a purple. That's a hard color for me.
Me too.
I don't really think of where I would use a Vikings purple.
I know. It's interesting, but yeah, I mean, I was going through the fashion week on Instagram and it's like a lot of purple. So, okay, but here's a trend that not only can I get my head around, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the peplum and I'm going to do this. Okay, white jeans are having a big moment right now at Paris
Love
Fashion
my
Week.
white jeans, yes.
Love my white jeans. However, this is the little twist on spring. So for the past couple years, it's been denim with your New Balance tennis shoes, kind of a trendy Converse tennis shoe, any of those things. Now for spring Paris week, it's white jeans with loafers again. And like I looked in my closet, I think I have two pair of loafers that I can actually pull it off with. They're a tiny little bit of a platform, but what do you think of white jeans and loafers?
I love my loafers. I love my loafers. I love my Todds. I love my Gucci. I love I collected all my loafers. I've kept I still have patent leather loafers from
Oh my
like
God.
again, like from 20, 10, 15 years ago because I wear them sparingly. But a couple of years ago, I went and bought white jeans, like talk about white jeans and white Todds, like
Mhm.
creamy Todd loafers with the big thing, the gold on it.
Yep.
And then I thought, oh, that's too white on, but now I'm like, oh, I'm there. I'm there for the trend. I love it. Because
Totally
you get
different.
the running shoe is nice, like the trainer is nice, and especially I broke my foot last year. The trainers have been fabulous because you get I can't really wear heels anymore, right?
Right.
But you kind of like you can dress them up a little bit, but it kind of just the loafer I just think is a little a little
Yeah,
more sophisticated, a little more polished.
I agree. Now since you said the white jeans with the white tot loafers, I've got a pair of, believe it or not, they're like a fashion bath loafer, and it's cream. And I think I just think I have cream jeans. I wonder if I can pull it off in like a creamy look. But anyway, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna try that. I like that. I like the loaf. I do like the loafer. The only thing with the loafer is, for me, you have to hit it right. Like first of all, I love the loafer. I love the look. I think it's very practical, but I don't like it on a rainy day. I don't like it in the middle of the summer. Like I just think you have to be careful with your loafers. So spring is a good, like you've got to just pick your days for your loafers and then they
spring
last a
fall.
long
Yep.
time,
Yep.
right?
I like it. So you guys, we're gonna get into something gross. Now we're going to do something gross. And if you don't want to hear gross, I advise you to turn this off right now. But um, when I started looking up Paris Fashion Week, you started looking at all the Hollywood starlets, and Selena Gomez came up as she's such she dresses like impeccably. She's always put together, especially lately. She's coiffed. She looks gorgeous. And then all of a sudden, her husband surfaces like right around Paris Fashion Week. And his name is Benny Blanco. And Manuela, I am quite certain that you've seen the craziness surrounding Serena Gomez's husband, Benny Blanco. Can
Yeah.
you explain to people why?
All right. So, Benny Blanco, I really don't know. What does he do? What is he?
He's
Was
a
he
music producer, huge music
He's
producer.
oh, okay. He's a music producer. But Selena is, in her own right. I think she's a kick ass. I think she's pretty good. She's done a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was doing a podcast or whatever at home. I guess he's being casual, and he had bare feet, and they took a photograph. Too bad we don't even have it that we show what we're going to
Yeah.
talking
It's
about.
a
They
side
showed
angle.
the bottom of his feet, and you would just absolutely think that this guy does not own shoes, right? His feet were filthy.
Looked
They
like he
were
walked there.
really, really filthy and really, really and for people who have that kind of influence, distribution, money, whatever. I don't know. I just you can do better. Anyway, what makes it even more interesting is I don't know if this happened immediately, right? Where they show the feet.
It became a huge meme. I mean, it was on. That's the whole
Look
point.
at those feet.
I want to say that
Look
might
at
be
those
your.
feet. You know, if these were my children, when my children used to come in from playing outside, before they went to bed, you would not get into bed with those feet. There is no
No,
way. You would go to the bathroom. I would scrub. You would make sure you wash your. Oop, there you go.
yeah,
Make sure you wash your feet. Now, I don't know if this is like um built in, like it's now just gotten like these are just like I don't
that
even
is
know
his
that he
barrier.
needs a ton. We have the foot genius. We should send him our formula for the foot genius that is really going to help refine the skin and gets rid of that. Like it's going to just it
Yeah.
cleanses, it exfoliates, it takes care. But the thing that's even better is that I don't know if it was the same day. And to me, like there is no excuse for this. Was it the same day or a week later? Same day. Selena goes in to the room. They're filming this, and he's talking to his friends. They're doing a podcast, so he's like lounging, showing the bottom of his feet, whatever on the podcast. She comes in, she plops herself on the ground, and then is there a picture of it? We're going to show you. I'm going to show you what she does,
Mhm.
which to me, um, and we're doing this. I hope you like our little bit of a celebrity gossip
We love our celebrity.
in our. So we can talk about ceramides and everything, but this is about foot health or whatever. But this is what she does.
Yep. Kisses his toes.
She kisses his toes. She
Yeah.
this is a very accomplished woman who is I don't know if this is a humiliation ritual. I'm sorry. I really don't even know if that's what that is. Like I don't even know what to
Oh,
call that
I
because
did.
it's not your child, right? It's your
Nope.
partner. And you guys have so much privilege in life and then you act like this and then I have children or I'm going to have grandchildren or whatever. Those are not role models for me. Those are not who I
No.
want. Like what is this behavior? I don't want this at home. Like this is not a joke. This is I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm
I,
too opinionated, but I think she can do better.
I just thought it was funny because when you find out what's trending and people get so about it all. I mean, it was on like late night shows and everything. I laughed because I have all brothers, I have all sons, and I always used to joke about how my house smelled like dirty socks and smelly jacks all the time because
Yeah.
it was
Well, I have ball
yeah,
boys
yeah,
too,
yep.
but they don't have.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you're saying. And so I laughed out loud because I thought to myself, oh, his mom right now is just going, oh, just shaking her head. But
And the funny part to me is she's the prize.
yeah,
She's the prize. Why is she doing this? She's the prize. He's not the prize. I'm sorry. Sticky feet
yeah,
and all. Like I would be like, get, like
yep.
put
Oh, yeah.
socks on. Don't represent us this way. Like I just have a lot of maybe obviously maybe too strong opinion, but this is not I'm just shocked. We've come a
Well,
long way. There's no need for that. And if you are you just wash your feet. Like there's so
yeah,
much to do.
you know
Like
what?
this
You
is
know what's
just
really
decency, hygiene.
what's really funny is I don't think I have like really a compulsive disorder of any kind. I mean, I let things go. But when I go into a hotel room after traveling all day and I walk through the hotel room with bare feet, I will not get into my bed at the hotel room without washing my feet first. It's a weird thing for me, but I have
What
to
do
go
you
to the bathroom,
mean? It
sit on
makes
the edge of my
sense. 100%.
yeah, I
100%.
sit on the
You
edge of the
wash
tub,
your
wash my feet,
100%.
yeah, put my socks on and get to the bed, take my socks off. Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy thing, but
That's
when
why I
I
walk
said,
around always with these. I don't know. We don't have to plug the brand, but isotone, whatever. I love my little isotone. I take them with me everywhere. Why? Because you want to protect your feet. Like you wash them, you protect them. You walk around the house. You can take them with you. There. This is just. It's high. It's just so many different things, right? And also, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to go into bed. You might as well go to
I
bed
can't
with
do it.
if my parents would say, well, then just go to bed with your shoes on.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? If
I
you're
know.
gonna do that, go to bed with your shoes on if you're not gonna wash your feet.
You know what the funny thing is that also came out of this was you guys, by the way, if you're just joining us, you're going, what is happening?
We're
Well,
talking
we're
about
talking
feet.
about that. We're talking about Paris Fashion Week, which led us into feet. But the other thing that came out of Paris Fashion Week, actually, to bring it back to like trends and myths about cosmetics and stuff, is glass skin. I mean, this minimal makeup, this glass skin. So what do people talk about when they talk about glass skincare? What does that mean?
Glass skin is really a Korean thing, right? They're really bringing out that whole Korean skincare where they're doing the 5, 6, 10. Usually it's 7 or more steps, right? 7 to 10 different products that you're using in succession, and a lot of them are essences or serums, and then a mask, and basically what they're doing is they're trying to make their skin look like porcelain or glass, very, very smooth. Really what they're doing is they're causing inflammation on the surface of the skin, so it's all kind of swelling up and it looks like glass. It's very temporary, probably very bad for the barrier in the long run. But glass skin is something that you can have for a period of time by doing this, but it's not sustainable for most people because your skin is not glass. Your skin does have pores. Your skin is a filter. You can try to refine it, but you can't make it always like glass and have no openings or no texture to it, right?
Yeah.
Your skin
Yeah.
will have texture. You're alive. You're human. Your skin is like, the thing is your skin, and we are perishable. And so you can, don't shouldn't be over processing and everything because a lot of times a lot of that extra stress and inflammation really adds to a lot of negative changes over time, right? You may not see it that week, you may not see it that month, but maybe a year or two from now, those things that you've done, all of a sudden it's sent a different signal to the lower parts, and your skin went into stress, and it thought it had to do this, and now it's doing that, and it's all
Yeah. I mean,
response
what
mechanism.
which kind of brings us full circle because you were talking about the skincare that people do. You're in it for the long run, right? The long run, not like what happens for, just the red carpet and all of a sudden now you're doing damage or going for such a full strength on something that you do damage. It brings us full circle to where we started the show. If you guys are just with us and you were saying, are they really talking about peplums and dirty feet? Yeah, we were.
We
Um,
did.
yeah, we did.
We This is the place we all come together and we can talk about what's happening in
Yeah,
skincare. Give you, what I love about this, we can give you an amazing offer on something like the ceramides. We can tell you about the science, but then we can just chat for a few minutes and just touch base and just get back and connect it to what we're all looking at right now. Because there's so much going on in the world. I think this is so I love this because it's not jarring. This is just
yeah.
interesting and we can learn from each other and share with
Yeah.
each other.
And we'd love to hear from you guys. In fact, every time you comment, we'll put you in the running for a $25 Shop HQ shopping credit, which I think is great. In fact, one of the items that Manuela has in her hand right now is under $25, $24.99 for the Simple Science Ceramide Barrier Relief Protective Cream. Perfect, she's saying, for going into the spring summer situation. Already 31% off. We love that. Hydrating, nourishing. We love that. And then if you want to go for the other one, we talked about first, that's the serum. That's the Barrier Booster Serum. And that is normally $40 today, down to $29.99, 25% savings. Strengthens, calms, does all of those great things. This is really about spring skin segment as well. We're excited about that. Love that. So, and just to recap, my favorite fashion moments from spring is the peplum and the white jeans and loafers. What about yours?
My favorite is, I don't know, I didn't really see it all, but I would say, I really noticed, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I noticed that almost all of the trends I've been seeing on on um on fashion is it's really gotten a lot more artistic and beautiful. Like it's so much more like the shapes and what people are doing with the tones and textures. So I like that it's becoming more, I don't know, feminine and artistic. I think people are embracing their shapes. They're not trying, it's not so androgynous. It's I think it's much
Right.
more
You're
voluptuous.
It was very androgynous before, and then, decades before that, it was all very Nirvana-esque with the flannels and the grunge and all of that. So I do love where we're headed to. It almost feels a little bit more 80s, dare I say.
It's
Uh,
80s, it's a sense of occasion, there's more sparkle. Do you notice that? Things are a little bit more, and maybe that is, because fashion kind of, when things are drab, fashion really gets, it helps your mood. I think
yeah,
this the fashion nowadays, like I notice a lot of the fashion nowadays, just the fabrics and like I don't know, I don't know how to say it, but it's much more decorated and it looks like they're
yeah.
spending more time in their craft, and it shows it. It's so nice to see people loving what they do and that they're putting you can see that people love creating for other people and making them look amazing. That's what I noticed. I noticed that it's more beautiful this year for me. I just noticed it's just much more beautiful.
I agree. I mean, give me a good sparkle, a good embellishment. I've got jeans with studs and shirts with crystals. I mean, give me a good embellishment. I'm a happy camper. It's so funny. I mean, if it can be something unusual, like it doesn't have to be a full body unusual, but like just one thing unusual. I love that. Now, are we together again tomorrow? I think we are.
I think we are. Two Eastern time? Are
So yeah,
we?
that'll be 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Central. So that'll be good. I have no idea what we're gonna talk about, but I mean, if we cover
Ooh.
dirty feet today, you guys. Oh, 2 p.m. Eastern, Harry says. Thank you, Harry. Um, but if we cover dirty feet and peplums, you guys, God only knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. So
Yeah. Yeah, maybe
we
Dirty
must be.
Feet part 2.
We'll find out what people are talking about
And then
tonight.
tomorrow we're going to talk about you don't need to have dirty feet. We're going to talk about something tomorrow, and you got to tune in. We're not going to tell you what.
You gotta tune in. You guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Oh, we're talking now. Harry's like total spoiler. We're talking about platinum and diamond peptides. All right, Harry.
Harry. So we got to wear our diamonds tomorrow.
Okay, everybody has to wear their diamonds. You guys, oh, speaking of diamonds,
So what's your favorite color for this season?
I do like the buttercream yellow.
Yeah.
The buttery yellow. What about you? What's your favorite?
I think I do like the yellow. I do like the yellow. I always like a nice blue. I don't know. I always like
Mm,
I like a blue and a white. Like I like that
navy
combination.
and white
The
is kind of my
navy
signature color.
white,
Yeah.
cream, white, blue. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So let me ask you this,
But not
because
the purple. I don't think I can do the purple.
no,
I would have to see it.
how about because I have to start packing because I'm leaving on Saturday. What about pattern? I used to love a lot of pattern and mixing patterns. I can't quite decide if I feel like I'm moving away from patterns a little bit.
Totally moving away from patterns.
Mhm.
I don't mind tone on tone, a
Love
subtle. I
monotone.
don't mind some stripes, simple, or a polka dot, not too, but not. I just think it doesn't work anymore. I love it when I see it, like, but I just think it doesn't work for me anymore. I think just pattern has to be like a stripe or thing. I can't do pattern.
Yeah, I was shopping online last night and I showed John, I was on like this online store and it was a hot pink and white, long maxi dress, long sleeves. It almost looked very Mizoniesque, it looked like
Yeah,
Mizoni.
I
And
love
I said, oh my
Missoni.
gosh,
I love that look, but
I,
it's like specific. It has to be a piece, but you have to kind of cool it down or warm it, like with just a white T-shirt or something. But I've learned the hard way that if you want to have better selection in your wardrobe for longevity, we're no spring chickens, right? Like
yeah,
and so we can have more fun with our wardrobe. You kind of don't use pattern, right? You just use different
yeah.
color, and then you can mix and match way more things.
Oh, totally forgot about another like fashion thing that was happening. And when you were saying about mixing things in, scarves are back in a huge way. So like with our peplum jackets or like our blazers, our jeans and t-shirts, scarves are back. I
Yeah,
have an entire drawer full, this big with like all scarves. And a lot of mine inherited from my grandmother. So they're like silk scarves from Italy. I've got my Hermes scarf, which was like my big purchase when I was over there. So it was, yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of scarves. How do you feel?
love scarf. I love scarves, and again, scarves are that's a lot. In some scarves, you have a lot going on, right? So you need to be like solid to be able to use the scarf, or else it all gets confused. It all gets mixed in. So scarves are really, really great. I put scarves on my bags. I love scarves.
How about, do you like ever, like, at the beach, you do the scarf that, like, hangs down?
I love that
I
look.
do
I
too.
love the look on your. I think that's so. I just on your neck or over your. I love that. I think that going back to that where it holds your hair properly and you're out there and you just put it on. I just think it's beautiful,
It's very
and I think
Monte
it's
Carlo.
appropriate. I just
Mhm.
think it's really really nice.
Yeah, I do too. Okay, you guys, see, this is what happens. Both Manuel and I love fashion. We love talking pop culture with you guys. So we will be back tomorrow, because otherwise I'll keep you here for another hour. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock. We're going to talk about diamond and platinum peptides. I'll come with my diamonds on. You come with your diamonds on.
We'll just go through the jewelry. But today we went through the clothing. Now we'll go through the jewelries.
We'll go through jewelry. I've got all my, by the way, my piece
I
diamonds.
love the piece
I
diamond.
love the piece diamonds, you guys. They are crazy, crazy great pricing right now, too. So head to shophq.com for that. All right, Manuela, my friend, this was gas. Next time you're in town, let's just go shopping together.
All right,
All right.
absolutely.
Mwah. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And as always, be kind and spread the love. And Manuela,
Good deeds, good words, good thoughts, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
and clean feet. Bye,
And
everybody.
wash your feet.